Chapter 3. The Interaction Between the Mind and the Emotions. Knowing how our minds work is part of the greatest mysteries we are yet to solve. A lot of individuals have dedicated their entire lives to understanding the mind, sadly, to no avail. Understanding the roles of our mind and emotions to our well-being is paramount, as it puts us in the driving seat in controlling our lives. This is simply a little part in our quest to use the mind in controlling our feelings, but is one that must not be neglected. Similar to the relationship held by every part of our entire makeup, ignoring the interactions between our minds, emotions, thoughts, and feelings means we will be ignoring their roles. On a more serious note, this might be an aspect that we need to get fixed before taking further steps. There is an ever-dynamic and intimate relationship between our feelings, thoughts, and the things taking place in our body. Health-wise, this is essential, as optimism, hopefulness, contentment, and happiness have been observed to limit the severe effects of pulmonary and cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, diabetes, infections to the upper respiratory organs, and cold. This is in contrast to the effect of depression, which worsens a host of illnesses, including diabetes and heart diseases. Medicine and health procedures have gone a long way in helping persons from the claws of sickness and accidents. Notwithstanding, our mind and emotions hold a greater sway as to how we will adjust and relate to our surrounding. It holds the key in bouncing back from such ordeals in many instances. Fear, a basic emotion, has been described to be an abstract feeling. It is further identified as a product of the adrenaline hormone, which is a tangible molecule. This basically infers that the feelings would not exist the hormone, and the hormone, conversely, does not exist without the feeling. This simple discovery has led to a revolution in conventional medicine known as mind-body medicine. The mind and body do not function independently. They are not separate systems, and this can be observed when we are tensed. An instance of a moment of nervousness is a job interview or a first date with our longtime crush. Regardless of how calm and confident we would like to appear in such instances, we discover that we are both tensed and self-conscious at the same time. The muscles of our buttocks will be tightened as a result of the self-conscious feeling we are experiencing. We sweat more than usual and might even feel nauseous in such events, not forgetting those periods we would fluff our lines when we desire or attempt to be confident. All these points sum up the fact that we are physically affected by our emotions. Understanding that our heart beats faster when we are scared is easier than the realization of sadness. When we feel lonely, depressed, or sad, we can also get affected physically. And when this situation gets more complex, such as instances of sickness, very few of us give thought to our emotions. We do not even consider the fact that it has a role to play. Understanding the workings of our minds and our physical self would not necessarily eliminate or cure all our struggles, but it will influence our well-being. How is this so, you may wonder? Understanding how the mind works in tandem with the emotions is like learning a language. This language will help us know what is being ignored or repressed by our body and what is not. When we do so, we will be in a better position to make positive decisions in the right direction. Our emotions, which are constructed by the subconscious and highly influenced by the unconscious layer of our mind, is what adds value to our thoughts. For instance, let us say you were raised to believe that tipping a salt shaker over is a sign of bad luck. When you observe someone tipping a salt shaker unintentionally, or do so yourself, your mind sends thoughts which project emotions. The information being relayed identifies a salt shaker and a tip-off, which links it to the topic of bad luck and everything else associated with it. This bad luck belief produces an uneasy feeling. To someone who has not raised up to believe that tipping off salt shakers results in bad luck, such person might not even notice that the salt shaker was tipped off in the first place, and the reaction and feelings produced will differ greatly. So, information and thoughts are shaped based on paradigm and beliefs. These are closely linked to emotions, which produce feelings. The mind without emotion is useless, and emotions are dependent on the workings of the mind.